What do you want more than anything in this world? Do you want to be happier? Are you a fearful person? Do you want to be more courageous? Are you unhealthy? Do you want to be healthier? Do you want to have more love in your life? Do you want to have more wealth in your life, financially and otherwise? In this video, I'm going to explain a process by which you can do any of these things. Hear me out. It's going to be a little bit complicated, but if you do what I'm telling you to do in this video, it will change your life. I'm going to go through some things to set the foundation, and then I'm going to explain how all this ties together. First of all, everything that you desire in your life, if you're truly desiring it right now, you probably don't have it already, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't desire it. If you had it already, it wouldn't be something that you desired. When you think about things from a position of desire, you're also thinking about things from a position of lack or scarcity. If you desire it in your mind, that means that you don't have it, that you aren't that thing, whatever that might be. You are not this, really. And you are not this, really. You think you are, but you're really not. If you were to sit down quietly for however long it takes, to the point where you couldn't feel, where you didn't move and you couldn't feel your body anymore, and to the point where your thoughts quieted down, all you would be is what you really are, and that's pure awareness. I'm going to call that I am in this video. That pure awareness that underlies everything in this world is what I'm going to call I am in this video. This pure awareness is synonymous with God. You are connected to God, as am I, and every other thing that exists in this physical reality. Everything that you see, everything in this world, every thought that you have, everything physical is coming from this I am state, this formless state of pure consciousness. Everything that you see here and everything that's happening here is manifesting from that realm. So you have the formless that brings itself into form. And you do that every day in your life, whether you realize it or not. If you believe in your mind that I am unhealthy, and you truly feel that, then you are unhealthy, and you will become that. This physical reality will follow that. And it won't just be you, it'll be the things around you that will contribute to that. It's all connected, okay? Now, that gets a little out in left field when we start talking about, well, your belief about yourself is going to be influenced by things around you. And you don't even have to believe that part. But just whether you want to believe that or not, it doesn't matter, okay? I will say this, though, with regard to that piece of the puzzle. When you're driving down the road every day, the same road that you drive down every day when you go to work or go to the gym or go to the grocery store, you're not seeing 90% of what's there. If you pay attention tomorrow when you drive down that same road, you're going to see things that you've never noticed before, because you only notice what you are paying attention to. And if you're paying attention to, in this example, being unhealthy, that's exactly what you're going to see. That's what you're looking for. Another example would be when you get a new car or you're looking at a particular vehicle that you want to buy. You start seeing them everywhere, right? It's not that they weren't there before. It's that you are noticing them now because they're in your consciousness. Your awareness has been brought into congruence with those things. Everything that you're seeing in this physical reality, everything that's happening to you in your life, good or bad, is a reflection of your awareness and what you think you are, or I am. I am tired. This is a thought that I've had for a long time. I have good days and bad days, but also, really, you guys, I'm tired a lot. The moment you say that, and the moment you truly believe it, you're going to be tired. Let me ask you this. If you were to tell yourself, I'm energetic, and you truly felt energetic, and you can, if you imagine that, you can kind of think about what that feels like. If you truly felt energetic, are you not energetic at that point? And where's that feeling coming from? It's coming from the I am, or this void, if you want to call it that. It's coming from deep within the spirit. It may start out in the mind, but when you truly feel it like that, it begins to manifest itself as your reality. So there is a crowd out there that talks about manifesting. If you do this, this, and this, all these things will come into your reality, whether you try or not. If you will these things into your awareness, into your consciousness, into this pure consciousness that I'm talking about, they'll just come to you. Maybe that's true and maybe it's not. I guess you'll have to experiment and see. But whether it be true or not, if you truly believe that you are something, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, the general consensus is that you're a 2. Let's just say that you're a 2, right? If you truly believe and you feel I am a 10, you're going to behave like you are a 10. If you truly feel and believe it, regardless of what anything outside of you is telling you, they might call you delusional, right? But if you truly feel it and believe it, you are going to behave a bit differently, and that's going to affect your life. And regardless of whether or not the outside world fulfills any of your desires, if you truly believe you are something, are you not that thing? At least in your own mind. Whether you want to call it insanity or sanity is another thing. You might believe that you are invincible, right? If there are levels to this, right? There's a breaking point, okay? There are certain laws in this universe. You could say, I am one who can fly. If you go jump off the roof, you're probably going to smash against the ground, right? You can't overcome the laws of the universe. But my point is if you believe you are something, if you put into your awareness, into your pure consciousness that I am this thing, at the very least, whether the world manifests it or not, in your own mind, as soon as you truly feel that, you become that in this life. That's all it takes. The moment you truly feel it, you become it. So I'm going to give you guys a quick process in which to do this. And you're going to get to a point, this has kind of happened for me recently. You're going to get to a point where you're going to realize that this physical reality, your mind and your body are not what you really are. And your desire to manipulate those things doesn't matter one way or the other. Because what you really are is pure consciousness. And whether you are rich or you are poor in this physical reality, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't make any difference. What makes a difference is what you are in this pure consciousness. Because if you, in that consciousness, believe, I am wealthy, then you are going to experience the feeling and the reality of wealth. And it doesn't even matter what's happening on the physical realm. Now, you're going to be like, well, James, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I hate my job. I'm trying to make more money. I want to be wealthy. I completely understand that part of it, right? When you feel wealthy, are you not wealthy? And would that feeling possibly cause you to start behaving differently in this physical realm? Would your change in behavior not start being noticed by other people? And is it possible that those other people and things in your environment are going to start to react to that in a way where an opportunity might be presented to you? Or Someone may offer you a new job or a business partnership, or who knows, you might win the lottery. That's getting out there in left field, right? But these things happen, right? But the point I'm getting at is that if you truly feel something in that state of consciousness, in that true, pure conscious awareness that you are, it doesn't matter whether it happens here or not, because the fact is, when you label yourself as that and you truly feel it and believe it, you are that, at the very least, in your own mind. So I'm going to give you an exercise to do this. First of all, I'm going to use happiness as an example. Let's say that you are unhappy. There you go. I am unhappy. Now, how often are you telling that to yourself? Pick whatever it is for you. Maybe it is, I'm ugly. I'm unhappy. I am poor. I am weak. I am fearful. I am anxious. I am all of these things. But just for now, I'm going to use the example of happiness. I am unhappy. I don't think most people want to be unhappy, and they certainly don't want to feel unhappy. The reason that you are unhappy is because you have told yourself, I am unhappy. Doesn't matter what happens in your life. You could get divorced. A loved one could die. You could lose your job. If you truly are happy, there's nothing wrong with reacting to these circumstances. But if you truly are happy, nothing outside of you can change that. Nothing can take that away from you. If you are happy, this physical reality and this mental reality, it can't take it away from you. They can't. If you truly are free, nothing in this world can take that away from you. So let's use happiness as the example, and then I'll wrap it up. You've been telling yourself, I am unhappy for God knows how long. Now, you need to reprogram yourself, and this isn't difficult to do. What you're gonna do is you're going to sit down, and you're not gonna move, and you're gonna relax for a good 5 to 10 minutes. And all you're gonna focus on is I am. Yes, you're not gonna move. You're gonna have other thoughts pop in your head. You're gonna get distracted. All you're gonna focus on is I am. Just think about what that feels like. I am. You just are. You're not this, you're not that, you're not the other thing. You just are. You just exist, and that's it. This consciousness is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. It's the formless from which all form in this physical reality comes from. So basically what you're doing is getting yourself into that state, into that level of awareness. You're shifting from your physical reality to the spiritual reality. This is a spiritual reality. Everything that's here springs from the Spirit. So you're going to get to that place. Once you are to that place, you are going to tell yourself, I am happy. And you're going to feel what that feels like. You're using your imagination here. The imagination is a very powerful thing. Let me give you an example before I continue. When I started doing real estate, I read this book, and it talked about focusing on the end goal and what it's going to look like when you get there. And I did, and I made it. I got what I wanted. I made it happen. Almost everything that happens in your life comes from your imagination, whether it's good or bad. This Spirit does not care whether you think about good things or bad things. If you imagine these things, you're going to bring them into your reality. So you're going to get into this state by sitting and relaxing for 5 to 10 minutes or longer. And you're going to tell yourself, and you're going to feel, using your imagination, you're going to feel, I am happy. What does that feel like? You know what being happy feels like. You're smiling. Everything is brighter. Everything sounds different. You hear the birds chirping. You hear the wind blowing through the trees. You feel good. That feeling, you know what it feels like to feel good. We all do. You are that. I am that. I am happiness. I am happy. And you can go on for an hour with this. What you're doing is you're planting the seed in your consciousness. And then you're going to end the exercise and you're going to come back to reality. And here's what's going to happen. You've been telling yourself you're unhappy for God knows how long. As soon as you truly believe that you are happy, the unhappiness is gone. Just like that. It might take a day. It might take 6 years. You have to shed the old. So as you're going about your day, you've planted the seed, right? You've planted the seed. The moment you even consider thinking that you're unhappy, you remember what just happened with this exercise I just presented. No, I'm happy. I am happy. And you feel that feeling again. You can do this with anything, you guys. And whether it becomes, there are certain things that are internal, like happiness is a big one. Nothing outside of you can really affect that. Wealth is involved, like actual monetary wealth is involving your outside world to some degree. If you own a business, you're going to have customers. The business itself is an external thing, right? So with something like with happiness or courage, confidence, these are not things that are predicated upon the outside world. You can feel those things and be those things regardless of what anything in this world tells you. Wealth comes in a lot of different forms. It's not just money, but when it comes to money, there are some other people involved with that and some other circumstances involved with that. But you can still feel that feeling of being wealthy. And let me tell you, when you change the way that you feel about things, your behavior changes. Your activities change. You start doing different things in your life. If you imagine yourself to be on the stage playing the guitar in a rock band at Madison Square Garden or wherever it is, and you really believe that to be real, you are a rock star. How long is it going to, if you really believe that, if you really believe it, if you really feel it and believe it, you are a rock star. How long is it going to be before you pick up the guitar and start playing it? How long is it going to, how eager are you going to be to practice and to become that physically, which you have already told yourself you are in your soul, in your spirit? The book that I'm reading that talks about this is by a guy named Neville Goddard, Nevillegoddard. Absolutely fascinating. These books are very long. I'm just giving you a 20-minute video. Hopefully some of you have stuck around and watched this whole thing, because in my opinion, this is an absolute game changer. I hope this helps you guys. I love all of you. I hope you all have a great night. Take care.